Hello and welcome to Channel Sports this morning. It's great to have you join us again. I am Tayo Salam. This is what the show looks like. We don't have great news concerning Victor Osimhen. That's because he missed the game against Salernitana with a calf injury and is currently undergoing treatment. Also in sport this morning, Jose Mourinho suffers first career home loss in Italian Serie A. Also on the show, Marin Cilic becomes just the 6th active player to claim 20 tour-level titles. Congratulations to Marin Cilic. That was after his victory at the St. Petersburg Open yesterday. Oyewuchi Nwachukwu is back on the show after a 1-week absence because of a minor injury, let me put it that way. So it's great to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back, Tayo.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you need to listen to your body. Yeah, and when it's telling you to take a deserved rest or go on vacation,
You should.
You need to heed, to that calling. So I just had to rest. But thank God I'm back.
Back.
Yeah, I missed the program, I missed the show, but my spirit was here too.
Yeah, indeed. It's great to have you back. Yeah. Healthy as well too, and hopefully you can stay fit for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's get on with the show now. Austin Okonakman is also now ready to join us on the show. Austin, good morning. How are you?
All greetings, Ty. It's good to be on the show.
Indeed, always great to have you. Quick one on Novak Djokovic. Looking to end the year as world number one, and you have to be a brave person to bet against that happening.
Definitely, top champ anytime, any day. But Novak left a lot of people, waiting because he didn't confirm if he's going to be at the Australian Open. He's not sure about what's going on there as regards coronavirus because officials said they were going to let persons who are not vaccinated to get into the competition as long as they go through regular testing. So he kept that on hold, and then everyone is thinking, remember, he loves it at Melbourne. He has won most of his titles there. It would be good to see him play there. But then again, he's getting ready for the Paris Masters, and for him, that's the focus. And that's a champ. He knows if he goes out there, get that, win, and he's definitely going to end the year as world number one again.
World number one again. It's incredible, Austin. A lot of these records, when we were growing up, we never thought, they would be smashed. 14 Grand Slam titles by Pete Sampras has been totally smashed, not by one, not by two, by 3 players. Now we're talking about ending the year as world number one again by Novak Djokovic, about to break a tie with Pete Sampras. It's just a testament. It just tells you, it encapsulates the era of tennis we've been lucky to witness as sport fans.
Particularly the way he does it, this guy is calm and beginning to act like Roger Federer now, picking his battles that he knows he can actually go on to win, smashing all the records. I think he's going to go all the way, Tayo. Remember, when we're thinking about who's going to fill in that shoes to give serious competition to Rafa Nadal and Roger Federer, we said it. We looked closely and said, look, this guy from Serbia can actually get it done. And he has played breathtaking tennis, the sort of player that you think, at the time you don't expect he's going to bounce back and get a victory. He just does it. If he's losing 2 sets, hey, you don't bet against Novak. Nah. He's been a champ throughout the Tayo, and no doubt from me here whatsoever as regards Novak Djokovic when he steps on the court to play tennis.
Your spot on Austin. Novak Djokovic will end the year as world number one if he goes on to win the Paris Masters title, regardless of whatever Daniil Medvedev does at that competition. Let's get on with the show now. Let's go from the tennis court to the basketball court and give you updates of the games that were played in the NBA last night and this morning. Some very interesting results for you, starting with the Dallas Mavericks. They were in action against the Sacramento Kings, and it was 105-99 in favor of Dallas. Luka Doncic with a great game in that particular one. Elsewhere, the Charlotte Hornets defeated the Portland Trail Blazers 125-113. LaMelo Ball and Kelly Oubre Jr. leading the way for Charlotte. The Jazz defeated the Milwaukee Bucks 107-95, and it was Donovan Mitchell with 28 points in that game. The Bucks have now lost 3 in a row. Serious problems for the Bucks right now. The defending champions are not having a great time. The Nets were in action against the Detroit Pistons, ended 117 to 91 in favor of Brooklyn, while the Rockets and the LA Lakers faced off. It was LA prevailing 95 to 85. Carmelo Anthony turning back the clock with 25 points in that game, 23 points rather in that game for the LA Lakers. Let's talk about the Lakers quickly, Uchi. Lakers started the season with a 2-0 record or with a 0-2 record, but now they've won quite a number of games back-to-back, and they're starting to look good.
Yeah, they won their fourth win in 5 games.
There you go.
And you just mentioned Carmelo Anthony, a veteran of the NBA, has been there for 19 years, and this is the first season with the Los Angeles Lakers. Scoring 23 points. And also Russell Westbrook added 20 points to help Lakers win that game, 95-85. I mean, for the Houston Rockets, Anthony Davis had 16 points and 13 rebounds, and LeBron James scored 15 points for his team.
The Lakers, yeah.
So for Anthony, I mean, all the talks about him has been justified.
Yes.
Yeah, he's really using his huge experience in the NBA to help his team. We hope he continues because I like the early Lakers. I really fancy their chances.
Indeed, Amar. Look at all those stars that turned out to watch the game between Houston and LA Lakers as well. To Austin, LA, after losing 2 to start the season, it looks like they're starting to find their rhythm. And they will be, obviously, competing for the championship next year.
Definitely, Fire. I remember we talked about this team last week, Monday, and I told you when they catch the fire, it will be difficult to quench them, And there was one guy we talked about, remember? It was Carmelo Anthony, and we're talking about him again, and that's what he said, that he needs to get the consistency that he needs. And I told you that when he keeps that consistency, the next guy that will catch fire because of his consistency will be Russell Westbrook. And when Westbrook gets, AD has been giving us the sort of performance that we want from him.
Already,
King James is the key. But when Russell catches it and starts giving us the triple-double, then you can't catch this Lakers team, But shout out to Carmelo Anthony, from the first quarter, he already showed that he wanted a game, And when going on to score 23 points. I watched the first quarter, a little bit of the second quarter, and from the look and feel of the game, I was just like, come on, the Lakers are going to get this. The Houston Rockets weren't giving them that push. So we know it's a star-studded team.
Yes.
All we're waiting for them to get that blend. And now the win is coming. It's very soon it's going to be a situation of catch them if you can.
Really? All right. We'll see. We'll see about that, Austin. Let's get on to talk about the Brooklyn Nets, another team with championship aspirations. They were in action against the Detroit Pistons, and they won 117 to 91. James Harden with 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 assists in that particular game. It ended up being a rout for Brooklyn. Of course, they also got 23 points from Kevin Durant before he was ejected in the third quarter. Let's get post-game reactions coming from both players.
I think the confidence and just my rhythm and all that's coming back, simultaneously together. And it feels much better. I mean, I kind of knew that I was going to have a slow start just because I wasn't, playing a lot. But I knew the work was going to catch up, and ultimately I was going to get back to where I needed to be. So game by game, I'm just feeling better, more confident, extra pep in my step. Just overall, much better.
I tried to run through the screen, and
that was just a result of me trying to blow the screen up. I definitely, from looking at it at the tape, it looked like I extended a little bit, but I was just trying to blow the screen up, get over it, and fight through. But it is what it is.
Channel Sport this morning. It's time to take a look at the standout performers from the NBA games that were played last night and this morning, starting with James Harden. Like I said, his first triple-double of the season, 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 assists. Is also the 59th of his career. Next up is LaMelo Ball, 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists for the Charlotte Hornets. Russell Westbrook, 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists for the LA Lakers in their victory over the Houston Rockets. And last but not the least, Luka Doncic, 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists for the Dallas Mavericks in their victory over the Sacramento Kings. Take a bow, guys, wherever you are this morning. Let's get on with the show now, from the basketball court to the handball court, and tell you about the Nigeria Handball Premier League going on in Abuja. We've got updates from that competition for you from the games that were played over the weekend, match day 11 to be precise, where it was Caterpillars defeating Police Machines 35-22. Niger United also recorded the win over the Defenders 28-23. Kettle Stars lost against Touch Marine Academy 22-27 as a bit of a surprise, while in the women's segment, it was Kettle Queens losing against Plateau Peacocks 22-26. The Defender Babes 31-32 against Edo Dynamos, while the Safety Babes recorded a 32-26 victory over the Confluence Queens. And last but not the least, Adorable Angels were adorable indeed. They defeated Imo Grasshoppers 38-31. Congratulations. Match day 12, action will continue today. Caterpillars versus Plateau United. There's also Confluence Stars versus Legacy Siders. Touch Marine Academy will take on Police Machines, while Safety Shooters will take on Rima Strikers. That's for the men's segment. While in the women's category, it's Seaside Babes versus Imo Grasshoppers and Edo Dynamos versus Plateau Peacock. Onyebuchi Handball Premier League going on in Abuja. It's just fantastic.
It's a great one for handball players.
Yeah.
The league is always good to keep them busy. Having trained with their teams, done everything right, the tactics, the sacrifice, then you go.
You got to play.
You got to play. And the league has been running for a while. So it's kudos to the Handball Federation, because on this platform, sometimes when the administrators are not performing, we always wield the stick. We always tell them that, gentlemen, please put on your thinking cap. But this federation has done so well for the handball players in this country. And for Kano Pillars and the rest, I hope they make use of this opportunity. And, when you have a league, the next step is to get to the continent.
Yes.
Be very, very consistent on the continent, structure stuff amongst the best on the continent, But it's not going to be easy, because I've seen some of these players, I've seen some of the clubs, the level needs to increase, needs to improve.
Fair,
and
true.
the way to go, Tayo, in my opinion, like is done elsewhere, the global, the standard practice is that some of these football clubs, famous football clubs, should be encouraged to set up sports clubs like the handball, volleyball, tennis, so that they use their pedigree, to carry along these other sports clubs. It's done in North Africa. They have sports clubs, El Ali, all other clubs. In Europe, it's done. So let's encourage them so that this thing can be sustained. What the implication is that if this federation, that has been able to do this, by the time their tenure ends or they leave, you get another people that are not able, to think like them, then it's obvious, God forbid, that this league will suffer some setbacks. So that we don't want that. More sponsorship, then we encourage clubs, famous football clubs. Shooting Stars did it at the time under the late Bodeyewole, but after 2 or 3 years, it died, a natural death. So we should encourage clubs. Kudos to Kano Pillars.
Kano Pillars, I was going to mention Kano Pillars. They've got a basketball club, they've got a volleyball club. So others should just take a cue from Kano Pillars. Austin, handball has been, doing well, decent in the last couple of years, and you just feel it's a matter of just sustaining the momentum, and you have to say so far so good.
So it is. It's all about keeping the consistency going, and giving it the right structure that it needs, to be sustained. It has a sponsor, our federation is doing right. You know, when you say when they're doing well, we should stay well done. Samuel Ocheo and his team, they've done so well. And that's why I'm super excited that it is the same president is being re-elected, you know, to lead the board. So this is the time for us to start ticking those boxes again. He was also right about clubs, you know, owning other sports teams also. It falls on the state, you know. This is a major problem we have in Nigeria, where about 95% of our sports teams are owned by the state. The state needs to do more, you know, in terms of, you know, promoting other sports. But back to the action, the Handball League, a shout out to Tojemarine Academy, that Lagos-based team, showing some improvement from how they performed the previous season. Adorable Angels, defending champions in the women's category, still going on strong, beating the experienced Imo Grasshoppers. You know, and this is a team that came, you know, last season from Ilorin, and then they shocked all of us. This season, they are still going strong. I think they've lost about just 1 or 2 matches, and they might just go on to retain the title again. So we'll get to see what they can do today. If they improve, then definitely they will go on to retain the title.
All right, so all the best to the teams competing at the 2021 Handball Premier League in Abuja. Let's get on with the show now. Let's go to football and tell you about the status of Victor Osimhen. Not very great news concerning the Super Eagles striker. We're all looking forward to seeing him play against Salernitana in the Italian Serie A yesterday. We're looking forward to seeing him in action against Simi Nwankwo and Joel Obi and the likes. But it wasn't meant to be because he was ruled out of that game with a calf injury and is currently undergoing treatment. So what else have you heard about this situation, how serious it is? Is he now in doubt for the World Cup qualifiers for next week?
Well, Tayo, the good news coming out from Napoli, yesterday, that's last night, is that the injury is not so serious. We hope that it stays that way. Like you said, he couldn't finish training on Saturday while they were preparing for last night's game. Yep. So the coaching crew and the medical crew took that decision to, you know, to safeguard his health first. Yes, they need this player. He's a top striker this season, but you need, you know, safety and his health first. And after he underwent scan yesterday, just like you said, he has a calf problem, and hopefully, maybe in a few days' time, he should start, you know, playing again because he has already started treatment. Maybe he may not make the Europa League game this week.
That's a bit too close.
So for us as Nigerians, we want him to play against Liberia and Cape Verde because we need a victory.
Of course. Austin, we're hoping that Victor Osimhen's injury is not too serious and he can return to action as soon as possible.
Of course, you know, and I trust the team at Napoli. They know what it means to the team, and when this sort of injuries come, sometimes just because of pressure, and, you know, because of the sort of power he puts to his play, his level of work rate, they'll just need to assess him, and I'm sure it's not going to be anything that we'll need to worry about because, as Onye said, he's needed for country. But the club needs him more, and that's why I'm saying they'll put more attention into his medicals to ensure that he gets out of this pretty soon.
You're right. Osimhen definitely is in good hands in terms of his recovery process. There is no doubt about that. Still talking football, we're going to stay in Italy and tell you that Zlatan Ibrahimovic at 40 scored his 150th Serie A goal and 400 overall in the game against AS Roma, and in the process inflicting Jose Mourinho's first loss at home in Italian Serie A. Dates back to his first two seasons. Inter Milan didn't lose a game at home. Okay, we're not halfway through this season. He's already lost one already, thanks to this evergreen player. Austin, I know I'm going to come to you with the alien DNA stuff later on. But it's remarkable what this guy is doing at 40. We talk about Ronaldo at 36 too, you know, playing at the very highest level. This guy is 40.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
Unbelievable, incredible. I was reading his interview yesterday, Tayo, where he was advising Kylian Mbappe, to surround himself with people who will tell him the truth. And he said that has been the secret of his, you know, longevity. In the game. I mean, at 40 years, he's still scoring. Inflicted. These are not the best time for Jose Mourinho. He was red carded against Napoli last weekend, and now he has suffered his, you know, first loss in the Serie A. from Zlatan Ibrahimovic, what else can we say? He has, everywhere he has gone, he has won titles. In Sweden, in Holland, in Spain, you know, he has played for top clubs.
Everywhere he's been to, he's won titles.
He has won titles.
Serial winner.
He does not look at age. He even said that age is just a number. You know, these are not numbers. So he kept himself, you know, fit, healthy, invested so much in his body, and he's reaping the rewards.
Indeed.
You know, so it should be an inspiration to younger players.
Perfect.
If you want to last, follow the example of...
Look at what Zlatan is doing.
What he has done to his career.
Indeed. Austin, Zlatan, what a player. Incredible longevity. 40 and still going strong. As a matter of fact, he says the only reason he's going to stop playing football if he's kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, you heard that as well, Austin.
I think that's what we're definitely going to do. Tayo, what a phenomenal player, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Look, this guy isn't getting the sort of respect and attention that he deserves because of two guys.
Yes.
And you know them.
We know.
Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. It's so unfortunate that he's playing football with them in the same era. Look at 40, watch Zlatan, the way he runs with the ball, his level of commitment, his work rate, speed, he can shoot. It's still a problem to defenders at 40, playing competitive football in the competitive Italian Serie A. We only talk about this sort of players when they are defenders. Not when you are up there. And he scored a stunning free kick to give AC Milan that lead, you know, and then they went on to win 2-1. Now they are tied on the same point, was second on the log with Napoli. And that means they are already thinking about the title because they have 31 points and they are racing away. If you look at the difference between them and the team on third and Roma in fourth, you can tell that they are already showing intent. And it's all because of this machine. You can tell me this guy is weak.
Extraterrestrial, perhaps. Incredible. Yeah, by the way, Serie A looking like a two-horse race already. Still early days. Napoli and AC Milan looking to pull away from the rest of the park. Anyways, in that process of Zlatan doing what he did, 400 league goals, Jose suffered his first home loss in Italian Serie A as well too. Austin, his first 2 seasons in Inter, didn't lose a game at home. That was at the San Siro. Now, just match day 11, I believe, he's already lost one as a coach of AS Roma. And you wonder, I mean, Jose, if you have a career as long as Jose, then some of these records are bound to be broken. And that's the best way I want to put this thing.
Yeah. He started having problems with, you know, some players. You know, after that disgraceful loss in the Conference League, he started benching some players. So telling them that they're not good enough to be in the Roma squad. So maybe he's looking at the January transfer window.
Already,
so when you're already having problems with some of the players, there's no way you are likely going to get. So what it means is that there's unrest in the team. Then if you compare the team he had when he was at Inter,
of course,
it's miles apart.
The
qualities.
Yeah, that's more the issue.
Yeah,
that's more the issue.
It's different.
Exactly, because we're talking of a Roma side that did that finished way back in the middle of the table last season, and they're just looking to build as a 3-year project. But we know Jose is not a very patient man, and he wants to win as soon as possible. Anyways, Austin, what do you have to say about Jose losing his first game at home in Italian Serie A?
Look, these things happen, you know. But Tayo, we know we make a big deal whenever it is Jose Mourinho. I mean, it was AC Milan going against Roma. If you look at the Italian Serie A and its tradition, the odds favors AC Milan, but because it's at home and then it's Jose, then it's a big deal. But yes, I agree with Onyeuchi. There's a little bit of shake-up right after that loss in the Europa Conference that didn't see coming. It wasn't a surprise. It was a disrespectful loss. And for me, I told you that Jose has some records that he should be protecting, particularly with what he has done in the Italian Serie A. So he needs to become himself again, start getting the respect of this player. Let them fear him once again. You don't lose lose that sort of match, particularly when you look at the league table. Now it's Napoli and AC Milan on 31 points after 11 games. Inter Milan is third with 24 points, and Roma is fourth with 19.
Yeah,
so you can tell that the gap is opening, and that for me is the problem, not about Jose losing the first game at home. So it's expected. If I'm to bet in that sort of game, looking at the permutations of the league table, there's no way I would have expected Roma to do the unthinkable against AC Milan.
You're right.
But it's football and it's Jose, and it's so sad most times when the match gets out of the players into the coach because of his influence, and that's what Jose is suffering.
Your spot on Jose, arguably one of the greatest managers we've ever seen in the game. Hopefully they can bounce back. They get the opportunity to avenge the loss against Bodo Glimt on Thursday in the Europa Conference League. We'll see how that game pans out. Let's leave the Italian Serie A now. Let's go to England and tell you about Manchester United and the respite that they got from beating Tottenham Hotspur by 3-0. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we've seen in recent times, whenever he's under pressure, whenever there's serious scrutiny, always finds a way to get a result just to, quell all of that noise. We saw it again against Tottenham, although you have to say Tottenham were dire on the day.
You're awful.
No pun intended.
I mean, it's not about the quality in Manchester United. It was about the right selection of players. And Solskjaer needed to respond, and they held a meeting, I think, on Tuesday after that shameful loss to Liverpool, and everybody resolved, and it showed in the game what they needed to do. They tried to shield the back line, the goalkeeper. Tottenham Hotspur really,
five defenders
put the goalkeeper under threat, and it worked out for them. Edison Cavani, in my opinion, should be starting, because this is a player on and off the pitch. Is a threat. And if you have him, you should be starting or playing a role in the second half or at the stage in the game. So what he has just done is maybe he's getting the right mix of players, Ronaldo, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and bringing in other players to help them. I hope it continues, because if it doesn't, then the pressure is going to be on him again.
Of course, yeah, constant pressure, scrutiny if you're the manager of a big club like Manchester United. We're going to take a listen now to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer praising the impact of Edison Cavani and Cristiano Ronaldo in that victory over Tottenham Hotspur.
Ronaldo and Cavani. Sorry. They're fit lads, and of course the experience came shown through today. I thought both of them have led the line really well this week, all week, from training Tuesday morning till tonight, and that's something we might do later, something we might do the next game. It's something that worked tonight, that's for sure. They were told early on they were going to play up front as a two, and they've been in like two peas in a pod. They've been really close, and it worked today. Two excellent goals by the two of them.
As a team, we have to do much better. It's not only about our offensive game. We are vulnerable in defense. We concede. We keep the ball. Yes, you make 10 shots, none of them on goal. You have to be more accurate. The booing and disappointing of the fans is understandable. It's part of our... When they don't see the team that they expect, the team that should play, and I truly believe that we are better than what we showed today, they're going to boo.
They're going to boo. That's exactly what we saw at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium when they lost to Manchester United by 3-0, one of the most listless performances you see from the Spurs side. And as a result of that result, Austin, before we let you go, we hear the Tottenham board is now considering the future of Nuno Espirito Santo, who just signed a couple of months ago.
Yes, so sad, I stay very close to White Hart Lane, and after that game against Manchester United, the fans weren't happy, spoke to some of them, and they didn't expect this from Nuno. I didn't expect it to, but this is what I just said about Jose Mourinho. Football happens, Nuno came with so much expectations, came with so much promise, and we know he's a decent guy, and we were just expecting that he can just, get on the job and start flying with Tottenham. I think Harry Kane not going in the summer was a major distraction to this sports team, and that is what is affecting them. And I don't blame the management at Tottenham. You know, coaches are hired to be fired. If you don't get the results, then you're shown the way out. But then again, shout out to Cristiano Ronaldo, who right after this match insisted that, look, players should take responsibility for bad results. And it has nothing to do with the manager, you know, because this guy is tested. We know what he did with a small team as Wolves. Now coming to Tottenham, expectations will be higher, you know, and shout out to the players who made him, you know, feel that way to get into the team with Tottenham. But it is what it is. When you're not getting the results higher, you'll be shown the way out. And sadly, that's the story for Nuno now. And he might just be losing his job if he doesn't turn the tide around.
Yeah, got to turn it around as soon as possible. Austin, I want to thank you for your time. Once again, enjoy the rest of your day. See you soon.
Always a delight to be on the show, Tayo. Thank you.
Cheers. All right. Let's get on with the show now. And by taking a look at the papers before we close the show, we have two, starting with Complete Sports. Ahead of 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, Eagles gets a Osimhen boost as Napoli confirms striker's injury is not serious. Hopefully it stays that way. Dessers extends Okoye's wait for first Eredivisie clean sheets. What a heartbreaking moment for Maduka Okoye in the Rotterdam derby. Stoppage time looked like it was going to get a clean sheet until Cyril Dessers, you know, did what he did.
Yeah, sometimes football will pitch you against your brother, you know, and you know, Dessers needed to score to prove his point. He left the Belgium to go and, you know, play in Feyenoord. He was on loan at the summer, so he's under pressure to score goals. So you are not going to, you know, consider the fact that your national teammate is a goalkeeper. So he got the goal, and
that's his business.
Yeah, his business.
So for Maduka Okoye, is now considered 20 goals in 11 games. I mean, goalkeepers concede goals and all of that. Is that a worry for you? Like 20 and 11?
It should worry every, you know, Nigerian fan, I mean, Super Eagles fan. We have seen, you know, some blunders in the recent past.
But we've seen some great performances as well.
Great performances, but sometimes you need more great performances than the poor performances. The low should not override the highs. Against Cape Verde, for instance, the goal that Cape Verde scored, obviously he didn't cover his, you know, the far side, and he gave the player the chance to get that goal. But thankfully, we were able to come back and win that game. So it should worry them. Maybe for the goalkeeper trainers, they should look at some of his videos and help him when it comes to the national team.
Still so young. Still so young. Goalkeepers, we know, get better with age and experience. So I'm not too worried about Maduka Okoye at all. Still on Complete Sports, Liverpool won. It will cost £350 million to replace Salah. So the Salah situation is still on. He doesn't want to leave Liverpool. He wants a new contract, but obviously wants a lot of money. And it looks like Liverpool are, you know, hesitant about giving him that big money that he wants. And you're wondering, this is Mo Salah, man. This guy is arguably the best player in the world right now. We've seen all the goals he scored for Liverpool this season. And why don't Liverpool just give him what he wants?
Yeah, it's not a straight jacket thing. Negotiations about new deals.
Yeah.
You know, they factor in a lot of things. You know, the ego of players, the emotions. Sometimes you look at the Rudiger situation in Chelsea. He's saying that if I'm doing so well, why are you giving this player this amount who is not doing as much as I am doing, who is not even playing first-team football? So you have to consider in football management, you consider a lot of things. And for Mo Salah, I think Johan Klopp knows that he's not likely to move to any club in the Premier League, maybe Real Madrid. So they know he has limited options. So I think eventually they are going to manage the situation and arrive, you know, at a compromise.
Okay, fingers crossed. We'll see how that situation pans out. Tottenham in talks with Conte over replacing Nuno. Not again, guys. It will be Banks and scoring record versus Wolves. Eagle star eyes first EPL goal in over 10 months. Forward, such a long time to go without scoring a goal.
Yeah, I think his coach at Everton, Benitez, actually spoke on that, that he will work on, he will be in the final third. He's had issues.
Yeah.
Very creative player, you know, but sometimes the last passes, his performance in the final third has let him down. And like you said, he's a young player.
Yeah.
If he puts his mind to it and invest in himself, try to work on his shortcomings, he will get it better.
All right, hopefully, not Victor, that's
Alex Iwobi.
Alex Iwobi continues to improve that part of his game. Ramsdale could be vital in Arteta's hunt for trophies, claims former Chelsea and Manchester United goalkeeper Bosnich. What have you made of the start to Ramsdale's Arsenal career?
He has shocked his critics.
Yeah.
You know, when
you can say that again.
Arteta signed him, everybody was saying this guy's statistics, he has led teams to
relegation.
Yeah. And everybody felt, what is the, but they invested £30 million, and Arteta said it, that they look at talent and the value that the player brings. And this player has done so well. Look at the game against Leicester.
Oh, what a save.
World-class saves.
What a save. Wow. Wow, okay. All right then, so good one for Aaron Ramsdale. Hopefully continues in this path for the Gunners. Let's go to Sports and Sun. That was our next clip for review. Osimhen returns from injury next week. Okay, next week when? We don't know. But we'll see. Aguero suffers heart problem. Yeah, was taken off the pitch in that game against Alaves in the first game for Sergi Bergwijn. Solskjaer escapes United sack again. We talked about that already. Finding the results when they needed the most. Liverpool hand Salah new deal deadline. All right. Hammers destroy Villa 4-1. Let's talk about Hammers. That's West Ham before we close the show. What a season they're having under David Moyes. Again, showing that last season was no fluke at all.
Yeah, I mean, David Moyes was sacked at Manchester United. He was a legend at Everton. He went to Spain, was also sacked. But what he's doing at West Ham is incredible.
It is.
And one player, has been so brilliant. This is Mikel Antonio. And this player, I think opponents will be praying for him not to be available. Because some of the games he had not played, it was so evident that this guy is pivotal for the Hammers. And what a season they've been having. And they're already eyeing a top 4 place.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
They're fourth on the log at the moment. Still early doors, but with the way West Ham are playing right now, I can't count them out. Ewochi, I want to thank you for your time on the show. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all for watching as well. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am Tayo Salam. Bye for now.